How's it going, guys? In today's episode, I want to talk about something that I think will help you increase your productivity significantly. Let's go. So one of the things that people are often very proud of is if they can multitask. They feel that they're somehow able to be more productive if they're able to do 3 things at once instead of just 1 thing at once. After all, it sounds a lot more impressive, right? If you're able to just juggle 1 ball, it's not very impressive. But if you could juggle 3 or even 5 balls, hey, that's pretty impressive. So people often think that in their everyday life it's the same thing. If they're able to juggle multiple things at once, that it's somehow going to help them to be more productive. But the reality is that when you look at the research on how the mind works, the mind simply can't focus on many things at one time. Actually, it could focus on 1 thing at a time. And so what I want to recommend right out of the gate is that you take this idea of multitasking into your hand, you crumble it up, and you throw it into the fire. And instead, I want to give you a few tips about what you could do instead of multitasking to be a lot more productive. The first thing that I want to encourage you to do is to focus on 1 thing at a time. What I mean is that if you have a particular task that you need to do, turn off your phone notifications, close out your email program, shut down all of your social media tabs, whatever you need to do to block out everything else and just focus on that 1 thing at a time. At first, I think that you're going to find that it's kind of like weaning an addict off of something. It's going to be hard to do because you have trained yourself, most likely, to really enjoy being distracted by multiple other things. That's right, you actually enjoy to be distracted, and focusing your mind on 1 thing at a time is going to take a bit of concerted effort, a bit of trial and failure, but the more you learn to focus on just 1 thing at a time, the more that's going to help you to be more productive. There's an app that I like to use called Headspace. It's a meditation app, and one of the things that I really like about using this app is that it acknowledges that if you try to meditate, if you try to, in this app, really just focus on your breathing in and out, something so simple as focusing on just that 1 thing, that your mind is going to become distracted by other things going on. All of a sudden, that thing that you were missing this whole time, immediately you're going to remember where it was and you're going to want to go and get it. Or those 3 other things that you needed to do later in the day are all going to come to your mind. And what the Headspace app does is really trains you that it's okay to have those thoughts. They come in, but then you got to let them go right back out your brain as quickly as they came in, so you could go back to focusing on that 1 thing of just your simple breath, breathing in, breathing out. And if you do that, I believe that you'll become successful in other areas of your life to just focus on 1 thing at a time. The second thing that I want to encourage you to do instead of multitasking is to focus on 1 thing many times over and over. What do I mean by that? There's going to be a lot of tasks in your life that you need to do every week, every month, maybe every day, whatever it is. For me, an example of that is YouTube. And so when we film, we almost never just film 1 episode. We try to batch shooting videos at least 2 or 3, maybe even 4 at one time. Why do we do that? It's because we've already put into all of the effort of getting the camera out, getting the mics ready, getting everybody on the team together for everything that we have to do. It means we plan everything out in advance. Everything that we have to do, all of the energy that it takes to just film 1 video could easily be applied to doing multiple videos. So we find that by batching things like YouTube videos, we're able to be a lot more productive. I'll spend 1 day a week on filming instead of multiple days over a week. And then the other days of the week, I could focus on batching other things that are important to my day-to-day life as well. And I could be a lot more productive this way. So think for just a moment in your own life. What are some things that you need to do this week? Maybe you need to do again later this week, you need to do next week. What are things that you could batch together all at one time so you could put all of your focus on doing the same task over and over and over, so maybe you don't have to think about it for a week or two or maybe even a month. Batch your work, it's going to change your life. The third thing that I want to talk to you about, instead of multitasking, in order to really help your productivity, is to say one word that's going to be the most powerful word that you could use to being more productive. Are you ready for it? Here's the word. Only 2 letters. No. 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 For some people, saying no is really a challenge. I am one of those people. That's how I know that. But saying no can also be quite a powerful word. It could free you up to make sure that you have the time to focus on the things that you really need to get done. If you don't take control over your own calendar, over your own time, other people will be very happy to do that for you. So make sure that in your life, if you want to be a productive person, that you make sure and learn, practice over and over that one powerful word, no. You could say it politely, but however you say no often, so you make sure that you can stay focused on the things that are most important to you. Use the time after you get all of your own most important things done to do whatever you want, but practice the power of no to live a more productive life. As always, guys, thank you for taking the time to watch and listen, and as always, take care.